with Katia Luna, who's joined me to talk about her new EP, Beautiful Chaos, so you can find out a little bit more about it. Welcome to my channel, Katia. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. So as I've just said, you've just released your EP, Beautiful Chaos. Would you like to tell us what to expect from it?
So it's basically, in like very blunt terms, it's like a concoction of a lot of thoughts that I've had in my head. And it's about, the main theme is really like duality.
Yeah.
Like the title, Beautiful Chaos. It's about seeing the positives and negatives of things, and basically chaos part of my brain, which is very full and crazy, and trying to turn something, like make something good out of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. So what's your favourite song on the EP?
I would say that the song that most aligns with like the type of music that I would listen to myself is probably Cool Minds, because it's very rocky and like powerful. Whereas the other ones are less like the normal genres that I would listen to, but I think they fit better with my voice.
So what was the process like creating the EP?
It was very long and very interesting. I feel like I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot of new things. Like I got to play guitar more, which was good, and just playing drums. I think I learned to sing better. I think it was all good, like practice. You know, there's that thing where people say like if you got to do like 10,000 hours or something to then become like good at it. I feel like I'm reaching the 10,000 soon, so I should be decent by now. Yeah, it was also, it's very cathartic, and like it felt good to write down my feelings and thoughts, and kind of like as a releasing process. It was good in that sense as well.
Good. So what was the most difficult part of creating the EP?
Probably because previously I just made Bittersweet, and then all of a sudden I had like 3 songs in the studio at the same time. It was a bit overwhelming, like having to jump from each song, if that makes sense, because I had like a list of things that inspired each song, how I wanted them to sound, and yeah, it was hard to kind of focus on all 3 at the same time. But then also, I think getting to that point when you finally say like, okay, this is it, I'm going to upload it now, and this is the finished song, it's quite difficult, because I think I'm quite a perfectionist, but then I see things from different, I'm very empathetic. So so like my writing partner, if he was saying, oh, I like it this way, and I was no, I prefer it this way, I quite quickly get swayed into thinking, actually, they have a point. I what they say, and then I like kind of flitter back and forth. So yeah, it was, the most difficult part was getting to the point where I was like, okay, I've got to stop now. I've got to be like content with what I've made and happy with it, and let it out into the world.
That's amazing. So you've done an amazing job on it.
Oh.
So what's your favourite line from the whole of the EP, and why?
Off the top of my head, I would say probably one from Cool Minds, because I wrote the lyrics about kind of more like negative experiences I've had with people, so it's the most true to myself. So probably, let me think. I'm sick of all of the stupid little lies, so they're chasing the alibis, because in the past when I've got into like arguments with people, they would say things like, oh, well, prove it. And I would be thinking, well, when you were like shouting at me, I wasn't recording it. I couldn't go, oh, can you just stop a second so I can like record you insulting me so that I have like evidence? That seems to be like a repeating theme. People will be saying to me like, oh, how can you prove it? And I was just thinking like, I'm so over chasing like evidence basically, and like proving my point to people. So yeah, I think that's my favourite line. It's a bit aggressive, but
so how did you come up with the artwork?
The artwork originally derived from this kind of thought in my head that I don't like being put into like a box. As in, like, so say you're a musician, I think you're not just a musician, you can be lots of other things too, as well as that.
Yeah.
Like if someone's a mother, they don't have to just be the mother, they can be like the wife, and they could be a yoga teacher or whatever else they want to be. So I've always been drawn to like angels and demons and heaven and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people keep like calling me Angel, like I have a tattoo that says Angel. But I don't want to be confined into a box of like, because I'm an angel, I must be angelic and I must be pure and like wear white all the time and stuff like that. So the halo being on fire is kind of like me like rejecting that stereotype that comes with being labeled like an angel. It's just kind of my way of saying I can be a bit like an angel and I can also be a bit like a devil, and that's okay. Like I don't also, it's a bit like feminist in the sense of like you don't have to be perfect all the time, and males or whatever gender you are, you don't have to be perfect. And it's just kind of tapping into that as well. There's lots of like hidden meanings behind it.
I like that. So if you could perform the songs anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I have always wanted to go to Coachella in California, so I think I would have to say Coachella, because I like the idea of going to, like, I've never been to the desert before, I've never been to that area before. I would like all the fashion and all the like eccentric outfits and all the food. I like everything that it encompasses. I like festivals anyway, and that's just one that I've always been drawn to. Like when I was little, I would have pictures of Coachella on my Tumblr and stuff like that. So it would be a bit like a full circle. Like if I got to play there, I would look back at like little Katia and she'd be like, "Oh, well done." So yeah, Coachella.
Cool. So finally, what's next for you?
Hopefully I will be, well, I've got a lot more like content to just release like in relation to the EP, so that will be on my YouTube channel and on Instagram, and then hopefully I'll be playing songs live somewhere sometime. So if anyone wants to come see me, if you want to come see me, then that will be fun.
Cool. So a massive thank you, Katia, for joining me on my channel. It's been great to chat with you. If anyone would like to check out the EP, I'll leave all the links in the description below for you. So thanks very much.
Nice chatting with you.
You too.
I want you out of my life, so goodbye. You cross lines this time.